Okay, as I speak, I'm in the office of Iyalode Alaba Lawson, a business magnate, an entrepreneur, and also an educationist. The very first female, the very first female president of Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines, and Agriculture.
Yes, Naccima.
Naccima, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, my sister.
I'm very happy to have you today, mommy.
Yes.
Yes, let's start this week. You are a respected person in the education sector, which means you've been in the education sector for well over 3 decades. If I'm
4
getting
decades.
4 decades, very well.
46 years.
46 years, you've been in the education sector.
Yes.
Beautiful. Research says that the 6334 system of education has failed the society. Why? And how can we solve this problem?
I would say if the government has gone through the 6334 system properly, it will have saved the education of this great country. They have the good intention about 6334 system, but it was not properly implemented.
How?
Because the 6334 system was meant to be 6 years in the junior school, the next 3 years to be in the college section, whereby they put every child together towards having them. Now you go into your areas of your talents and vocation. And so therefore, the next 3 years after the first 3 that has put you through all things together is where you now have whether you want to be a carpenter, whether you want to be an engineer, whether you want to go into to be a doctor, whether you want to be an accountant, or whether you want to go into agriculture. That's the next 3 before they now go into the tertiary institution, whereby the last 3 will lead you to where the area you are going in the tertiary institution of 4 years.
SSS class.
That is the SS class leading you into tertiary institution of 4 years.
Okay.
That is 6, 3, 3, 4. But it was not well implemented because they bought so many machineries. If you even go to some schools now, you still find the obsolete machineries there that has not even been touched, that it has weathered the storm everywhere, all over, littered all the places in some schools. They don't even know what the machinery stand for. So for those who think they are going to implement it, it was not well implemented, that the children can use the hands on the machineries to see that my line to be an engineer, you have to be on a vehicle or on anything engineering you want, the area of engineering you want to go into. That is what you call practical. But everybody will just go on that theory for the 6 years without even breaking what they have taught, 6, 3, 3, 4 system. And so therefore, the implementation was poor and new. And so therefore, people that are meant to look into this, they didn't do a good job. And with all my strength, I would say, if they have practiced it well, it will have been a good opportunity for us to get our children into vocational training, of which they will create jobs and not looking for jobs.
Okay, what were they expected to do in the first 3 years of our children in the secondary school, the junior secondary school?
Yes.
What are the expectations?
The expectation is to complement what they have studied in the primary section, to complement it and see that they can be anywhere they find themselves, they can understand what the questions that is being set for you, or you be part and parcel of the educational system.
So how did they get it wrong?
They got it wrong that they now, instead of the first three, to complement it and put everything together from the 6 years they have used, to now go into the secondary section, and then they have the confidence to stand on their own. Where they got it wrong is where they cannot break the first three from the last three. There is no break between the first three and the which is JSS 1 into JSS 3. And when you have to take your own decision about your talent, about your passion for any job, or make sure that you fall into the line of your own ability.
Are you talking about the break of some students proceeding to the senior secondary school while others divert into entrepreneurship,
Exactly.
into specialization?
Into specialization of their own talent, because they must have that talent within them. If you really have the talent to be let's say you want to be a radionic man, there should be some people that will guide that radionic in you to bring it out, and then you continue in that line. But excuse me, theory alone cannot do this job. There must be the practical side, which is very, very much important. Like in any other developed countries, I visited Germany last year. Their practical session is more important than the first year they look into. But they have that area of making the practical side of their learning more important, so that you will now go into deep, deep, deep of that passion of your talent, of the vocational training, so that there is no student that will leave their college without having, and then you excel in the area of your vocational training.
Okay, ma, are there solutions to these problems?
There is a solution. The solution is if we can do it right. If we can do it right.
Okay, ma, let's have your suggestion. You've been an authority in this sector for over 4 decades. How can we now do it right?
We can do it right by making sure that the practical side of our children to develop their talents within them, not forcing anything on them, will make things work. And the person to even teach those children must have a very, very good knowledge of what they want to teach the children for. We are now even losing teachers to foreign countries, even to learn Yoruba. We are losing teachers every second into all these areas, whereby we need to consolidate and make sure our teachers too are well exposed and well trained. I could remember when I was in primary one. By the time I get to primary 2, I could pick up a daily paper and read efficiently. Our teachers must be committed, and they must be given real training, because what you don't have, you cannot give. But what these children, when the teachers are well equipped, they have sent them for training, they have given them enough opportunity to expose themselves, compare and contrast, then with confidence they can go into the classes and teach these children in a modern age whereby the ICT, everything is working well. All this must be what must be available in all schools, not only selected few private schools.
Okay, ma. Now that will take me to the question of teaching and learning materials in our schools, both public and private schools. Are you comfortable with the teaching and learning materials that we have on ground?
Well, you know, I am a private school. If you are talking about private schools, with me, I know I have enough materials that, you know, before we were using blackboard and chalk. Now, no, that one is outdated. We have now changed into where you can use the whiteboard, that you use only pen to write. And these children too can go up there and they can write. So things are changing. And we even now have smart TV that they will go into the room when it is their turn. We have the ICT room. They will go there when it is their turn and make sure that they are properly trained. That smart TV, we can connect anywhere all over the world. And so they will be interacting. So it depends on the educational system of either the states or even the federal government. So it depends on the way anybody would like those children to be well trained. And even in my own school here, we only not even rely on the academic training. We give them discipline and etiquettes, okay, so that they will build on this one. Because I believe if you give a child 100% discipline, you will get 250% academic excellence. Because he or she will know when to pick her book. Say, yes, I have to read my book. I have to do my homework before my mommy comes. Mommy, look, I've done my homework. Can you please look into it for me? All these are areas, and the respect they have to give to the elders. All these are areas we must look into and marry them together with the educational theory we are giving them.
Thank you, ma'am.